Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, today I'm back hitting y'all with another segment of 4 lessons to learn from, and this time we'll be talking about MUBU KRUMP. Now, for those that don't know who MUBU KRUMP is, he was shot and killed during a drive-by at a kickback in 2018 at this same party, right? The infamous 051 Melly was also shot, but he survived. Now, it's reported that MUBU KRUMP was standing in front of a house on the 6800 block South Morgan Street in the South Side area of Chicago. A car drove by shooting, and KRUMP was hit twice in the arm and twice in his torso. He was taken to the University of Chicago Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Right now, as for KRUMP's story, man, I think there's a few things that led to his murder that we could all learn from and apply it to our own lives. It's actually more than 4, but I kind of narrowed it down to the most important ones that I felt is detrimental or was detrimental to him. Alright? Whereas we won't suffer from the same fate as him if you apply it to your life. Now, as far as KRUMP goes, I think he brought a lot of that tension that he had when he was alive on himself. Whereas he was speaking on things that didn't concern him. And it's like he was sort of antagonizing people, leaving them no choice but to do something to him when they see him. It was like a must. Like, you saying certain things, you calling people gay, you letting out a little too much information. So it was a no-brainer that when these guys actually caught up with him, or when they knew where he was going to be at and he was caught lacking, that they was going to do something to him. So like I said, it's almost like he brought some of that beef onto himself purposely. I don't know if it was for clout. I don't know if he was really just like that. The way he got caught up out there, to me, I don't think, I don't think maybe he was really in that field. But I could be wrong. But like I said, man, certain dudes, when you know you a target, you know dudes is on your head, and you really about that life, you know how you gotta move. You can't afford to be going to parties. You can't afford to be slipping. You can't afford to be out and about just hanging and chilling. If I'm not mistaken, I think Dusky or whatever, I think he died the same way, from Scrap Gang or whatever. I think he died the same way, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. But yeah, man, there's a certain way you gotta move when you really out in these streets and you talking that talk. You gotta walk that walk, man. And I think this what made people like 051 Melly who they was. This what made Vaughn, because he was really out there too. This what made, they knew how to move. Alright, so without prolonging, man, we just gonna get straight into it, because like I said, he definitely paid a heavy price for it, for the antagonizing that he was doing to certain people. And it was like he was doing it to a lot of people. So the hit could have came from anywhere. That's the words. When you get caught out there slipping and nobody know where it comes from, it's like, how we gonna get back? Who we gonna get back on? Now, I'm pretty sure those that know, that's really, really, really in the mix know what's up. But like I said, it's hard, man. So let's get straight into it, man. Lesson number 1: stay out of street business that don't concern you. All right, I'm gonna say that again. Lesson number 1: stay out of street business that does not concern you. For one, you start to inherit other people's problems, and now you end up beefing with someone all because you ain't mind your business. Alright? DMX said it best. Nosy people get it too. There's people that literally die because they run their mouth, or they known for running their mouth. You see what I'm saying? And this applies to MUBU KRUMP, because it'll be times he'll be on live, and fans being, and I always say this, fans, they play a big part in a lot of these beefs as well. But fans will start saying something about random people, and he will fall into it, and he'll just answer by saying something disrespectful. Alright? Or somebody will talk about somebody else's beef, they'll ask him about somebody else's beef, or he'll just start talking about random people. You don't do that, man. Especially when you're talking about reputable people. People that really put in pain. Unless you really one of those dudes that put in pain too, you cannot sit there and talk about anybody else who's really like that, because guess what? You gonna have to come see that man, and 9 times out of 10 he gonna come and see you, so you ain't even gotta come see him. You know what I'm saying? And if, like I said, if you know you really ain't like that, don't speak on things you have no business speaking on, man. You start to inherit things, and to where people think that you picking sides. So once you start picking sides, there's no going back. And if you do sit there and fence jump, you know, you're gonna be known for something in the streets. Like, you just playing both sides. But like I said, the minute you put your input on something, that's why y'all gotta be careful about the things y'all say. Y'all gotta be careful about the people y'all speak about, because there's no taking certain things back, man. Once you pick a side, you done picked a side. And that was the case with MUBU KRUMP. He just kept speaking on things that had nothing to do with him, speaking on certain people that had nothing to do with him at the time. Then guess what? He started inheriting certain beefs, and once he did that, there was no turning back. So even if he really was, he didn't even strike me as someone that, like I said, I could be wrong, but he didn't strike me as someone that was really out there in the field in the way that he was talking. I'm not saying he probably did what, a couple things, but as far as the way he was talking and the people he was mentioning that's known for doing certain things, I don't know, man, it just didn't add up. So I think that lesson is self-explanatory. I'm gonna leave that one there. That was lesson number 1. Make sure y'all stay out of street business that does not concern you, man. Stay out of it. All right. Now, lesson number 2. Stay out of parties if you are a target. Let me say this again. Stay out of parties if you are a target. Now, 051 Melly went out the same way. Parties. He loved the party. They say he loved the drink. That's another thing, man. I'm gonna tie this in with it all as well. When I say stay out of parties, I say stay out of parties because normally when the average person go to parties, what are they doing? They drinking, they smoking, they taking Molly, perks, codeine. You're not in your right mind. Mind you, you are a target. And you don't know people out there. You don't know everybody at this party. You may know a couple guys, but anybody, let's say I got beef with somebody, right? But my sister or somebody go to a party and see that person I got beef with, and he all drunk, he all out of his mind. Now she calls me and let me know that he's there. And I'm so fiending again to run into him that I go to that party. I either wait for him to come outside or I go in. But the smartest thing will be to stay outside and wait for him to come out. And guess what? You are out. You're not aware when you drunk, when you off codeine, you off a perk. You are not yourself, man. So it's a lot of things that you normally wouldn't do that you may do under the influence, and that can cost you your life. And the sad part, I try to tell people, there's no do-overs in life, man. You get one chance at this thing, man. A lot of people be living like they get a second chance at this. Unless you know something that I don't know, please fill me in, because last time I recalled, man, once you off this earth as whoever you are, that's it. I'm not talking spiritual realms and all that, contrary. I don't know what y'all beliefs are, but I know as the person that you came into this earth as, when you die, that's it. A lot of people got it misconstrued. They living like they got a second chance at this, man, and it's sad. Letting life go by. Life is short. And it's getting shorter and yo, listen, man. Like I said, y'all, stay out of those parties, man, because too many people we've seen actually die because of this. They even said 051 Melly was under the influence when he died. MUBU KRUMP, judging from the picture that he actually took with Melly at the party that he got killed at, he had a cup in his hand. Just looking like he living his best life. And I'm not saying you can't have fun, y'all, but what I'm saying is this: when you are a known target, you know that you got beef or whatever, it's just certain things that you cut yourself out. I explained this in a couple of the other videos that I got, especially with 051 Melly. Like I said, when you sitting there and you a known target, you can't just go to open places. This is why a lot of the FBG members was mad at Duck. And a lot of people took it as they had something to do with it because they was moving funny, but they like, nah, I'm just mad at him that he got caught out there like that. I think Dutchie said it. because a lot of people know you don't move like that, and then the real ones know. Like the little foolish, the little fools that run around here that just started being in the streets a couple months ago, we don't worry about them. They get killed off because they do stupidness. But for the dudes that's really out here with a brain and know how to move, those are the ones that we get mad at when we hear how they got caught out there, because it's like, yo, dang, how you, man? How you get caught slipping doing that, man? But every dog has his day. Everyone. What you give is what you get. When you out there putting in that pain, best believe it's gonna come right back in return. You just gotta be ready. When you live by that sword, you go by that sword. And it's been like that for years, man. So like I said, we went a little off topic, but stay out of parties. If you're a target, stay out of parties. No drinking, no perks, none of that. Alright? Now that's lesson number 2, man. Let's move on to lesson number 3. Lesson number 3. Stay off the internet. Oh my, I gotta say that again. Listen. Lesson number 3, y'all. Stay off the internet. All that going live stuff, calling out names, calling out dead homies, putting guns in there. Yo, listen, man. I don't know. This new generation is so different. Coming up, man, you tried your hardest to protect yourself from police. You tried your hardest to protect yourself from stick-up kids. You tried your hardest to make people believe that even though you in the streets, that you are not in the streets and you the most squarest. You tried to hide everything illegal that you was doing. These days, these dudes are just doing it like they got no care in the world. A couple months ago, NBA YoungBoy, the cops raided his house because he went live and posted military-style guns. Like, time after time, we hear that the feds, they use videos and pictures and everything to indict these rappers, man. Not just rappers, drug dealers, and everybody else, man. But yet we still decide to go live with guns, go live doing illegal stuff. It's crazy to me. Like I said, this new generation is different. And now, when I say that, like I said earlier with MUBU KRUMP, when you start saying people names, you start saying they not like that, because that's what he would do. He would go live and the people would ask him about certain people, and he would sit there and put his foot in his mouth and say a lot of things that he shouldn't be saying. I've seen some of his lives personally, even when he was alive, and I used to sit there like, who is, like, I hope he's about that life the way he talking. Like, even if I don't know that the people that he's talking about is really like that, right? The way he was talking is like he's ready for whatever. This is why I said things don't add up, man. And like I said, when you start saying people's names for the world to see online, that's doing something to a man's pride, and some things is just no coming back from once you made it public. You said what you said in front of hundreds or sometimes thousands of people, so now people want their revenge. They want that get back. So when you do things like that, you gotta be mindful, man, of the things you saying and the things you doing. Because guess what? This one person that was on the live that heard you say something about that man, even if you apologize, he might not even see the apology. So now it's stuck with him, whatever you said about that man. So that's why I said sometimes there's no coming back. He used to sit there and say Bezu was a goofy. Meanwhile, on the other hand, dudes will tell you Bezu really putting in that pain in the street. Quiet as kept. So these are the type of people he's playing around with, and he's going live doing it, man. So like I said, when you put that type of energy out there, man, you gotta really be about that life, or else. Literally, or else. And usually that or else comes with death. So please, y'all, just stay off the internet, man. Stay like, just recently Casanova got indicted over things that he put on Instagram that was in his DMs. You see what I'm saying? I don't get it. People constructing illegal business on platforms that they know that we've been told that the government be spying on, that we've been told that these guys can access our data. Instagram is owned by Facebook. They've been sued left and right for millions and millions of dollars for selling people's data, man. Like when are we gonna wake up? Some of y'all are too smart for your own good. Y'all think y'all know it all, man, until it's too late. Stay off the internet. Any type of illegal anything, keep it off the internet. The beefing, keep it off the internet, because you don't only gotta worry about your ops, you gotta worry about police too when you do that. So let that be a lesson for y'all, man. Lesson number 3, stay off the internet, please, y'all. Alright? And lesson number 4, this one is pretty simple. Pretty simple. And it ties into probably almost the other ones. Lesson number 4, stop running your mouth. Keep your mouth shut. Stop running your mouth. When you know somebody's personal business, stop running your mouth. Now this applies to MUBU KRUMP because it's been said that a lot of the people he ended up having beef with and having words with are people that he was once friends with. So he knew a lot of information that a lot of people didn't know, like from the outside looking in. You wouldn't know certain things, right? And even if they did, it was kept on the hush because depending on who it's on, they know that so-and-so is really like that, so they keep that information to themselves because they know that there could be repercussions that come with it. But no, not MUBU KRUMP. Not him. He said whatever he said, he felt how he felt, and he kept it at that. And I don't know, he had no filter, man. He loved spreading people's personal business. Not only that, he made, matter of fact, so let's go deep inside, right? He made claims that THF Zoo got his jaw broken county jail, in which some of us didn't even know that at the time. But later on down the line, Zoo actually admitted that he did. But then he also went and said that Zoo messed with boys while he was in jail. That he got oral, from one of the boys while he was in county jail. But these are the type of things that he was saying on his live, man. When people would ask him about Zoo or whatever, he just come out of nowhere and say that. Now, where I'm from, man, things like that, you gotta listen. Talking on certain people like that, you gotta be about it, because guess what? You messing up people's reputation, all that. 9 times out of 10, someone is gonna try to kill you, man. That's just straight facts. So like I said, lesson number 4, you just gotta keep your mouth shut, man. Even if you know something about somebody, you keep that to yourself. Like, I know if I get into an altercation with my mans, there's certain lines that I won't cross. I won't jeopardize his relationship with his wife. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, well, he was cheating with so-and-so. That's girly stuff. Just because we had a fallout, I'm not gonna put your business out there. I'm just not gonna mess with you. Now, MUBU KRUMP was different, man. Like I said, it's a lot of these guys that he was actually cool with first, and he just put their business out there. And, all that resulted in what he got at the end of the day. And I don't want to make it seem like, because I know throughout this video, y'all probably think that, he got something against MUBU KRUMP. I actually don't. It's just that when I actually see what went down and how things taking place, it's like a lot of these things he warranted on himself. Even when the videos are still on YouTube, when you go back and check the YouTubes out of him going live and all that, you'll see for yourself that man was antagonizing a lot of guys, man. I feel like when you bring that type of pressure to yourself, you gotta really be with that. You gotta be about that. Stand on your ground. And that just is what it is. So that was lesson number 4. I ain't even gotta prolong that one, man. We're gonna get straight into it. Lesson number 5, last but not least, man. Always be on point no matter where you at, no matter who you are around. Always stay on point. And like I said earlier, he was pretty much attending some party, and just living life like he's not a known target, just living life like he don't care. My thing is this, right? If I'm a known target, I can't just hang out just anywhere. I can't hang out with just anybody. And this is one thing that a lot of y'all gotta realize. Chief Keef, right? A lot of people call him scared. A lot of people, nah, man. That man knows how to move. I don't know what he did in Chicago or whatever the case may be, right? But once he got enough money to leave Chicago, he brought a selective few with him. And then he moved to LA and never went back to Chicago. And I don't blame him. Backdooring is at an all-time high. A lot of y'all think that that's just something to play with. I see a lot of these dudes, they say it in these songs, and they just say it like it's cool. Nah, do y'all know do y'all know the meaning of backdoor? I know on my other videos with Gala Hagen, when they be talking about Lil Durk and this backdoor stuff, a lot of people say, oh, that's just how he talk. That's the slang out here in Chicago. Listen, I understand that. I know what backdooring is. But I don't think y'all know. Backdoor is when your own man, your own friend, your own somebody who you feel is close set you up to be killed. That's not something you take lightly. That's not something you say lightly, because that means listen, I'll tell you one thing right now, right? If I got a friend that rap and I hear him talking about he backdooring dudes, he doing this, and he's saying it proudly, I'm staying away from him. Because what make me different? What make me different? What make it different to where he might not backdoor me? Y'all gotta think, man. Like I said, man, this goes back to what I said. A lot of y'all act like we got another chance at this thing called life. We do not. I can't play games. If I'm a known target, I can't just be hanging out anywhere I want to. I can't go to certain restaurants. I can't go certain movie theaters. I can't shop at the same place. I maybe got to go out of town to shop. If that's what it takes to make sure my life is at safety, that's what I got to do. Because guess what? If not, I only have one chance at this thing called life. I do not get a do-over. So if they catch me lacking, guess what? That's it for me. Especially if you got kids, if you got a son, if you got whatever you got, man. At the end of the day, there's people who you got here when you go. When you go, there's people that still left here, whether it's a son, whether it's a mother, whether it's a grandmother, whether it's siblings, whether it's a wife. They still here. And you never know, man. Maybe these people are struggling because you was the breadwinner or something. Why would you even want to chance that, man? Like I tell you, I move smart, man. I'm going to leave it at that. I ain't going to prolong it any further, right? That was lesson number 5. Always be on point no matter where you at or who you around. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Hopefully y'all learned something from this, and moving forward you could eliminate some of the problems that these same people had to endure by not making the same mistakes as them. Alright, now let's recap some of these lessons. Lesson number 1, stay out of street business that does not concern you. Right? Lesson number 2, stay out of parties if you are a target. Simple. Lesson number 3, stay off the internet. Don't bring no crime, illegal, anything to the internet, please. Lesson number 4, keep your mouth shut about other people's business. Simple. And last but not least, lesson number 5, man, always be on point. No matter where you at, who you around 24/7, always be on point. Alright, now that's all for this one, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time I drop new content. I'm about to say something totally different. Anonymous gang, we here, man. We getting bigger and bigger. We getting stronger by the day. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe now. You see what I'm saying? Join Anonymous gang, man. We getting bigger. We growing. We organic. We are original. Like, we just taking over. Alright, Anonymous gang, we out, man. And don't forget, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping, and I'm out.